To this third stream, I think. Yes, for tonight. And, well, the coverage of whatever we have to cover now, which is this huge news. Uh, yeah, this unprecedented, shocking news that I've been sitting on for the past, I think, 2 or 3 days since this was announced, and I had some time to assimilate it. So, yeah, let's discuss, guys. First, let's see the trailer of this colossal announcement, and then we're going to talk about what I think, what you think, what we all think about this truly shocking and one time thing that we are witnessing here because of the world situation. So, as movie fans, uh, I'm just like my brain. I feel like Will Smith came with his device from Men in Black and flashed me. With that. That's how I feel. Although I didn't forget how things were, but I kind of feel that I'm not that I'm like on my way to do so now. So, hi to dear Clayton in the chat. So everybody that wants to say anything about the topic, guys, you're free to join. But let's see the trailer. Oh boy.
There's something happening.
Okay.
In the next year,
Next
Warner
year.
Brothers Pictures
And this year.
is bringing you the biggest premieres
So this is the Suicide Squad.
in theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max.
Jesus.
The exact same day.
Jesus. I just can't stop saying Jesus. Oh my god. Tom and freaking Jerry. Godzilla vs. Kong. Conjuring. Mortal Kombat freaking
And
Matrix.
streaming on HBO Max beginning December 25th.
Okay, we have to stop. We have to talk about the movies one by one and yeah, discuss. So, whew. So guys, since this came out, there's also a few more news about it. But what do I think about this? Well, first, it's absolutely amazing that this is possible now. I mean, you can look at it in a lot of different ways. First thing is that, of course, because of the world situation, we can't really go to the movie theaters. I'm not sure if ours are even working right now. They were working at some point, playing some older movies, and also playing like Tenet and New Mutants. And I went to see New Mutants. There was actually a few people in the room. As far as I remember, the movie wasn't worth it, but that's another topic. I did a review of it. It's here on the channel. So that was the first time that I thought that things are going to be normalized, and I was very, very happy to go and see a movie in the movie theater. And that marked, I think, 6 months since I I haven't like even glanced at the movie theater. So for me, 6 months to not go to the movies, I don't think that ever happened in my life, ever. And I really miss the whole experience because movie theaters give you this experience where everything just feels bigger and more official and just more grand. To be able to sit in the movie theater and just wait to finally see the movie studio logo, and you see the first shot, and it's an amazing feeling. Oh boy. I mean, I literally can still remember when I went and saw the first Spider-Man movie, when I saw The Matrix, all of those movies. I was so excited. Such a little muffin that was just so excited to go and see all of those movies. And then my movie theater shut down. I mean, the closest movie theater that I really loved was closed, with no chance of ever reopening. And the rest of the movie theaters, they're relatively close, but they're not that good. and the equivalent of the one that closed is a bit far away and it's not that convenient to go there anymore. So basically, before this happened with the world situation, I was going and seeing every other movie that I could. Me and Kirill, my colleague from Superheroes Bulgaria, we went with him and did a lot of reviews for superhero movies. It was a great time. I just felt like it was yesterday, but then this happened, and here we are. So, what do you think about this? Well, if the movie theaters do work here, and they do premiere Wonder Woman, I will probably just wait it. I mean, not gonna wait it. They're gonna release it. I'm gonna get some kind of access to it on Christmas, so I'm gonna see it at home for sure. One of my friends was already like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to, go and see it with you," and I'm like, "Well, I love to see it, but first, even if the movie theaters work, guys, the situation is very, very bad, and it's extremely dangerous to go anywhere, even on shopping. I already had to expose myself to the Christmas shopping, and this is only like a part of it. I still have to go and look for other things, and I cannot buy everything online. So I have to go and pick something in person. They're just like no getting away from that. Actually, I do have an idea, but anyway, the point is that every time that I'm going somewhere, I'm exposing myself to a ton of what, and people are not careful. They're not protecting each other at all. They do wear masks, but you do know that the mask is not a total guarantee. So yeah, and going to the movie theaters, so many people will want to go, and I don't want to get myself into that. So basically, what's happening now is very, very welcome from that point of view. Now, what is not very welcome is how theaters feel about this. Jesus. Well, from one side, when they're releasing the movies, because I do have to elaborate if you don't know the whole news, that when they're releasing all the movies on HBO Max, and those, of course, are only their movies, but still, the slate of movies is pretty freaking amazing. They're only going to be there for 30 days. And after that, they are going to have their run in theaters, but that's gonna be very, very small. I mean, theaters are gonna lose money in any kind of a way because the situation, and a lot of them not even going to work. So yeah, for some people do really want to go and see movies at the theater. Me too, but in the current situation, this is like a very amazing way to save money actually, because going to the movies every year, seeing so many movies each month, it really costs quite a bit sometimes. So it's kind of a relief from that kind of a way, but I am very sad because I don't know what's gonna happen to movie theaters going forward. It seems like they're gonna die. I'm not sure, guys. I'm really not sure. It doesn't look very good because movie studios do want to skip the middleman, which are the movie theaters, and just take all the money that they can. And that's possible through the service. Through having a service, they're just gonna do whatever they want. They're gonna become the full bosses of their income. And I already heard some sites, from the AMC side in America that are protesting this, of course. John Capia commented on it, and so on. Now, also, there's this thing where you cannot really replace the movie going experience. You just can't, whatever you do. There's still going to be this magical moment of sitting in the theater and waiting for the movie to start, like I've said. Although there's so many freaking trailers these days, not only the movie trailers that they're premiering in front of the movie, but there's just a lot of commercials here that you have to endure before the movie starts. And they're the same commercials that play on TV. And I do not have a television anymore, so I'm happy about that, but I'm not happy when I still get to see them when I enter and then when I wait for the movie. So when you go to a movie here, you wait at least 20 minutes before the movie starts. So if the movie starts, like, let's say at 7, and if you go there and you're sitting, you're having your seat and you're ready to go at 7, nothing's gonna start until 7:20. So yeah, there's that. So I do not miss this because it's huge inconvenience and it's a waste of time. But I do know that it's a way for the movie theaters to also support themselves. So like it or not, I will endure it every time as long as I get to see the movie in theaters. But now I can. Huh. So having this idea, I've in the chat, Antonio. Thank you for watching. Well, I also wanted to let you know, but I was trying to hurry to get everything ready. So, for me, at least, strictly on a personal level, this is welcomed. It really is. Now, let's get through the movie. So, Wonder Woman, it's clear it's the best Christmas gift ever. Like I've said in my reaction, if you haven't seen that, it's still from today. By the way, there's something off really with this costume. The more I look at it, the more I notice it. Really, the ego, it's pretty wide, pretty big. The whole breastplate part of the costume is pretty up. Like, it's very up. Like, why is this? Why is that like lower? Why is so like. Well, it's an armor, but. Jesus, I really have to compare the two costumes. She do need to put more muscle on, but that's just me. Okay. So, in the next year, so Wonder Woman is of course now. Dune was supposed to release, I think, this year, but I guess that is not because they already have Wonder Woman, so yeah.
Next year.
And by the way, I know that HBO Max want to get more subscribers, and I have to say they have amazing stuff going on for them. Now, let's not forget the freaking Justice League, guys. The Snyder Cut. I think that everybody kind of forgot about that when they're mentioning the news about this colossal event and unprecedented happening. Because actually, yeah, we also have Justice League Snyder Cut coming. Not only all of these movies. Not only. So that was actually the first addition, the first thing that they added, and we didn't even know that all of that is also coming. So yeah, let's just not forget the Snyder Cut. But what I do mean that they have right now, uh, Raised by Wolves, which is one of the best shows I've ever seen. It makes you think. It's amazing in scope, special effects, story, acting, everything. Mind blowing, even I would say. You have this new show with Kelly Coco, The Flight Attendant, which is mysterious, crazy, as well stressful, but it's very original to me and I love it. Extremely like quality show. I can't think of anything else right now, but I'm pretty sure there was one more thing on my mind. Anyway, so Dune is one of the movies that I can't get over seeing. My apologies. I have to get things going because it's almost midnight. Dune is one of the movies that I could get over seeing at home. Now, some people do have home theaters, but those are few and far in between. Angry Joe is one of them, by the way. He just got awesome home theater device from LG, which are sponsoring him. Like, LG, if you're watching this, I would love to also have it. I'm kidding, LG, never give me something like this, but it's pretty amazing. So, where was I? Yes, Dune. Oh, I'm just gonna read what you're saying, dear Ivy. Yes, pros and cons and anything. You're totally right. Uh, hopefully, maybe in the future, cinemas can both exist along with such releases. I don't know. Only time will tell how things are gonna, they just have to figure out a way for everybody to be happy somehow. Now there's people like, for instance, with disabilities that having trouble or cannot go to movie theaters at all, and they have to wait for like a Blu-ray release. Let's say this is going to be Christmas for them as well because they're going to see the movies right away, not having to wait. So that's like super awesome. And the only thing that's left in this regard is for HBO Max to be available all over the world, which is not.
Brothers Pictures is
So let's see now. Okay,
biggest
Dune.
So this is the
Okay, this is Suicide Squad shot that we never seen before. I don't think it's pretty amazing. I mean, this is one of the most excited movies, exciting movies that I personally want to
Suicide
see.
Squad.
in theater.
Who knows when that's gonna premiere, but they have time to assess the situation. But I'm pretty sure that they already figured out that, yeah, the world situation is not gonna change anytime soon, especially with winter being the longest season. So we're not gonna get out of this anytime soon. So they can actually go ahead and decide this and make sure they're gonna stick with it. So they're not gonna be like, oh, well, the war situation is over like in 2 months, so now we're not gonna do this. We're gonna cancel our release and we're gonna, yeah, only release in theaters. That's not gonna happen when you know that the situation is gonna stick. Apocalypse! Wow, you're alive! to to stop playing video games. Well, I was covering what I'm always covering. What are you saying? I'm always covering the DC stuff and the Wonder Woman stuff like I did today. And I only play video games like once a week on stream. So yeah, I'm not sure you've been checking out the channel as much, but thank you for coming. And wow, she's cool and hashtag secret crush and wow. Okay, I am flattered. So let's continue with this mind-blowing slate of movies. Have no idea what is this though.
Streaming exclusively on HBO Max.
So this is still Dune, this is still Wonder
Exact.
Woman.
Same day.
With the what now?
That's so funny. But the what now? Oh, when was Tom and Jerry coming out? Oh, they can still change the date anyway. Dune, still Dune. In the Heights. Zero idea what is in the Heights, but nevertheless, it's welcome. Oh, you do? Well, they're very rare. Well, next James Cameron movie, and hi to you, Frank, is going to be Avatar. As far as I know, he is working only on Avatar now, and that's not coming, I think, until 2022. I mean, it's been delayed every year. I'm sorry about that, but I have to drink because I'm gonna lose my voice otherwise. Okay. No idea what is this, but it kind of looks like The Last of Us, almost. Did I see like a wild? Okay, maybe it's just the part of the picture. It's not like nature taking over the city. But for 1 second, it kind of looked like The Last of Us. We do have The Last of Us, by the way. Hopefully, we still do have that show on HBO only, not HBO Max, but on HBO only. But yeah, we are a long way from James Cameron anything. So I hope that until we get to finally see Avatar, I cannot believe how long that was, the first movie. I hope that we are done with this situation. I just hope so and pray so. Okay, Suicide Squad, like I've said, one of the most anticipated movies to me ever. And this picture is pretty awesome of Idris Elba. He looks very concerned about something. Judas and the Black Messiah, once again, not sure what this is. But okay. Tom and Jerry, of course, Tom and Jerry. Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, I only have been hearing stuff that this movie is filming, this movie, that, this movie. I have one fan that if he joins the chat, I don't know, he is like sending me stuff about this for maybe the last year and a half. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I still haven't finished the previous movie. I mean, Godzilla. Godzilla 2, I don't know how it was called. I watched it to somewhere and then I just was busy and I couldn't get to rewatching and not rewatching but finishing it. So I'm not kind of particularly excited for this, although the logo and the two colors are pretty cool, I must say. Well, well, considering that we were without any movies for quite some time, literally, I'm probably gonna watch this right away, but yeah. Let me see what you guys are saying. He is working on the sequels from 2010. So 10 years. Yeah, but he is filming 3 at once. And hi Bruce again. Yeah, like I've said, do not forget that I actually don't know why they did not put this here. Oh yes, I know why, because I'm talking about Justice League. Let's not forget that Justice League is also in the list, but they do not put it here because it's never gonna be in theaters anyway. So that's why I just answered my own question. But yeah, it's one of the biggest freaking releases that we can ever imagine. It's also another historical moment. And it's I can't even. It's amazing. Well, yeah. Well, the other thing is that I mentioned is that even if I wanted to go to the movie theater, it's extremely dangerous. It really is. So I can't do anything about it. Yeah, that's just the situation. Hmm. Hi to Nixon. Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland collab. Well, that is only possible in a multiverse situation, which is also on itself possible. But if this is coming, they will never admit to it, and I mean, until it's like close to some kind of a pre-production or something. So it's a dream. It's a dream for a lot of us to see all Peter Parkers on screen, even uh, you know, Jesus Christ. I'm starting to forget the actors' names now, but yeah, all three, if possible. But we'll see. I mean, I would love to see them. If they make a Spider-Verse situation, it's gonna be amazing. Nobody knows about Justice League release date. They personally don't know. If you've seen the recent interview with Zack Snyder that Grace Randolph did, wow, she's so lucky. She's so lucky to be able to interview Zack. He is working on that and on his um, movie about zombies, his personal passion project of sorts. And that's it. I mean, he said that he's gonna add a lot of things, so it's gonna be in 2021, guys. Last thing that I heard was actually from 2 days ago that maybe it's going to release a bit earlier than we thought, maybe in March, but nobody knows. They are just doing what they can at the moment. But I don't think that we're gonna wait more than April, let's say. Oh yeah, Venom 2, by the way, no one is talking anything about it. Are they going to release it in the same model on another service? Just nobody knows. I think it's a bit early for that, but they're not really saying anything, so I'm not sure. Oh, don't worry, I can. I'm pretty sure that I can get it. But thank you, Apocalypse. Well, I'm not saying it's false information. I'm just saying that I have not heard to be rock solid confirmed. If it was, it's going to be all over the movie news, which I have not seen, at least not now. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. If it's May, it's May. But in the same time, like I've said, the last news is that it's gonna be earlier, but who knows? Okay. So, Lex movie, The Many Saints. What? New Rack? Well, I don't know what that is. So, moving on. The Conjuring. Damn it. The devil made me do it. Oh, that's haunting. I didn't even know that that's coming, but oh, okay, it's a really big movie in any case. What was that? What was that? It just passed so quickly. I have no idea. I haven't heard about this. Those Who Wish Me Dead also have no idea who are these movies. King Richard, I think I've heard about this, but still, it's not like something that excites me. Ah, totally missed the previous title. Oh freaking! Oh my god! Space Jam, New Legacy. Oh, okay. That is very interesting. Are they gonna have Bugs Bunny in there? Oh boy. Well, if the new Looney Tunes is any indication, and there, yeah, that is actually the show that I forgot to mention. So I mentioned Raised by Wolves. I mentioned the Flight Attendant, shows that are super good on HBO Max. And I just totally forgot about Looney Tunes, but yes, Looney Tunes also amazing. I mean, they're not quite as good as the originals, but they're pretty close. So, Space Jam, I hope that's gonna be very good. Oh, I know, Ivy, right? Yeah, if they have Daffy Duck as well, I'm gonna be happy. Just Daffy Duck, Tweety, Sylvester. I just love all of them. It's just amazing. Oh, and again, hi to you. I'm happy that you can join. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, the other movie, it's like super old now. I don't remember much of it. I remember Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, but oh yeah, Daffy Duck was there too. But okay, this is gonna be awesome, I think. I didn't see anything. Okay, have not heard of this. No idea what is that, but freaking Mortal Kombat, guys. So, I think it was the beginning of the year or the previous year where they started to talk about live action Mortal Kombat, and I was like, really, 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 because we have been waiting for this for well forever almost. We did have this great animation, Scorpio, about something about Scorpio. Damn it, I totally forgot now. But it was great though. I mean, it was awesome. Mortal Kombat 11 and how they did their story was one of the most impressive things that I've seen. So I just love it. It was like a CGI movie. Every bit of character arcs and story was just like a movie. I mean, I didn't miss uh, any kind of a quality there. So for a game like this, cutscenes and how they connect and all of that, I was also very impressed with the facial animations because although they're not like the top notch of the like it's not Uncharted, but they are still very compelling and extremely expressive. So I was super happy with that, and the logo looks amazing. This is maybe the first time that they're showing it because at least I never seen it before, so for me it's the first time. Mortal Kombat. I mean, this is long time coming. There's a few things that I was always like, okay, how can this or that is not yet made anew? One of those things, of course, is Xena Warrior Princess. How is that not made yet? And the other, well, there are a lot, but one of the others is exactly Mortal Kombat. So, Jesus Christ. Whew. Okay, let me just check what you're saying real quick. Big Rooster. Oh, he's such a. Oh, he's ridiculously fun, that guy. He's always thinks that he's the man. But he's smart. He makes that dog like a fool of himself every time. I mean, you can always laugh at Looney Tunes. Thank you, dear Clyton. Thank you. Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. Yes, I just covered that like a few months ago. There are so many titles in my head. Oh! Watcher of the... Ah, yeah. Well, I have not heard about who is making Mortal Kombat. I will not be opposed if Zack Snyder, do it because does it. Sorry, because I just love whatever he's doing. His visual artistry, cinematography is one of the best I've ever seen because it's expressive and it has this ability to tell the story on its own. So I personally appreciate it very, very much. I will not be opposed. And we get to the Matrix 4, guys. Matrix 4. Matrix. The Matrix. That, to me, is goosebumps inducing. Like, really. For years when I was a kid, The Matrix was like my favorite movie. Like, literally, the Matrix was my number one movie. And they said that they will never make another one after the third one. And I was like, well, okay, I guess they told the story like me. But at the same time, I wanted to see what's gonna happen to Neo because he was blind, as far as I remember, and dragged off by the machine leader or something, like the main machine sentient being of the machines, like the god machine almost. And Neo was kind of like a godly being at the end as well. So yeah, I mean, there's so much mystery in there, and if they follow onto the story, how the story was like, well, the layers of it, the depth of it, there's so many things that you can just take from the Matrix and think about them and dissect them and just extract the wisdom of it. There's just endless amounts of things that you can discuss from the Matrix, symbolism, metaphors for other things. So it's amazing. And if they cannot, not cannot, sorry, if they can build upon that and take that and just make something substantial and meaningful, this is going to be awesome. And Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves, so I just love to see Keanu Reeves, you know? I cannot wait to see him in Cyberpunk and play with him. That's not that good. Doesn't sound very good. To play with his character as his character to see how that is. Although he's an ass there, but nevertheless, his presence must be very pronounced in the game, which I know that it is. But the point of The Matrix is that it's one of those movies that you have to do right. If you cannot do right, there's just no point of doing them. And I have no idea where the story is going to, like, I mean, how it's going to continue, where they're gonna take us, all those things. I just hope that is substantial. That is what I want to see, something substantial, meaningful. Of course, great special effects if they can do something that is above and beyond that we never seen before, although we're seeing a lot, but still, I'm gonna be very, 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 very happy. about that and on the moon. And I just can't believe that this is still coming. Like, when did they film this? I want to know. Well, you probably will know when it comes, when the information comes about that. Okay, just getting through your comments real quick, guys. Trinity! What? No, I don't look like Trinity. Why do you want to see that? um, yeah, I have nothing in common with Trinity. Now, for the other recommendations, I can understand, but Trinity, that I'm the farthest thing from Trinity. It's John Wick. Well, of course, John Wick is always awesome to see. Yeah, indeed, Ivy. Well, if they start with The Matrix 4, maybe that's gonna actually begin another trilogy if you think about it, if it's successful. Hey, King! Happy to see you. You do have Matrix Code? Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Amazing. The Matrix Code. Ah. Hmm. Oh, I just got a very interesting email. So, um, yeah, well, I did had some kind of a Matrix glasses at one point, but Matrix coat is basically any long black, slick looking coat, you can say. Oh, oh, that's awesome. Okay, let me read that for all of those that gonna watch this and not having the possibility for the chat repeating, but I think if you have Chrome or Opera, it's gonna work anyway. So, since I found your channel back in BVS Thriller Reaction, wow, I thought that was yesterday, but it wasn't. I found your fandom for Xena the Princess Warrior. It's Xena Warrior Princess, but yes, very fascinating. Oh, well, yes. Everything about Xena is fascinating. And about my story with Xena and everything about what actually makes me love Xena. My all-time favorite is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They reference Xena. Yeah, well, actually, Joss Whedon talked about openly in an interview, if I can find it somewhere someday, but I watched an interview where he said that he is very inspired by Xena, and that's why he decided to model some of the story arcs and characters, basically from Xena. For instance, Xena and Callisto is the mirror image of that in Buffy is Buffy and Fate's relationship, and some other things, I think, but he was inspired by how the show was done. Now, Buffy, I also watched Buffy, but Buffy is totally different, and they're not that comparable as you think, because well, Buffy and how she was played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, which I really love. Buffy is like, what to tell ya? If you compare the two shows, you will know that although Buffy does have superpowers, how she played the character and how Buffy is in general, she's a lot weaker female character than Xena. So that's why I like her, but I don't see in her a very strong character. She had a ton of weaknesses that I really didn't appreciate, you can say. Where Fate, for instance, Fate was, well, first I love Eliza Dushku because she's awesome, but second, she really did show those flaws to Buffy very quickly. It was interesting dynamic, but what you see in Xena and interactions between the characters there is really what the original real meat of things is, and everything that you see in Buffy that is like the mirror of that is bland in comparison. And the show at the beginning was very strong in terms of emotion and character interactions, but then it started to really fall flat in terms of well, everything, and I stopped watching, I think, in the middle of the season the whole show, not the season, but the middle of the seasons, and then watch the end just to see how it's gonna finish, and that was it. So I was actually a bit disappointed in the end of it. Well, I also drew Xena actually. Yet I have a few more. A few, yeah. I drew her 2 times, and I made one vector image of her just a month ago. Well, who doesn't want to see a good movie? Well, a good Mortal Kombat movie. Just a few generations grew waiting for that. I mean, 2 or 3. Yeah, you see, on the surface, so this is the only one that I'm gonna say because I really have to get going here, guys. It's midnight, but yeah, that was it about the trailer. On the surface, both shows look very entertaining. They are entertaining for, I mean, if you just watch for that, but Xena has so much depth that it's unbelievable, and to this day, I can watch the show and extract from it a ton more wisdom and amazing things that you're getting goosebumps when you watch them, and you can always rewatch it and learn more and be more impressed and get more goosebumps. There are some silly episodes, but there are very few and far in between. There are some episodes where Xena is not there. That are actually the worst episodes of those. Uh, but there are again like 3 episodes throughout the whole show. There are some episodes that are so dramatic that you're gonna cry every time, and there are some episodes that are so funny that you're gonna cry again, but just because it's so funny, you know. So I mean, it has everything, but the depth of it's really uncanny. The other show that was really deep at this time was Charmed, and yeah, it was amazing. Charmed. Once again, it didn't really hold a candle to the depth of Xena. So a lot of people that just watch a few episodes of Xena and never watch like the whole show, but then start watching the whole show, like my friend Kirill, which with whom I do the superheroes coverage when he's available. He started from the very beginning, and he is like in chills every time, and he's rediscovering things that he never thought that they were in Xena actually, and because he's also into some um, Tibet, sorry, Bulgarian. I have to see how that was in English, but some Buddhism, wisdom, and other stuff like that. There's some Buddhism and Xena as well, and other like very interesting spiritual topics. Not religious, mind you, spiritual. It's different, and he was also fascinated by that. He discovered that, and there's just so many things that nobody actually know about Xena, just because a lot of people just seen like a few episodes. But if you cannot connect the whole arc, you can't get the full picture. You just can't. It's like a puzzle that when you get the whole puzzle, you see this picture that just blows your sorry. It's very like blows your mind away. But when you see just little pieces that can look pretty, but you can't really grasp what the heck's going on, and Zidane just has this freaking deep lore. Like the whole story of her is, well, it doesn't have any equivalent to anyone. Like literally, never. They often, compare her to Wonder Woman, but they have nothing in common. In common, I mean, they're both warriors, but that's just about it. Literally nothing in common. So Xena is just Xena, and everybody else look like weak women that cannot even hurt a fly. That is how things actually are. I can like other female characters, but compared to Xena, they're just ridiculously weak in every way, pretty much. So that's about Xena. That's why I just want to see maybe some kind of a renew or well, reboot, I don't really actually want to see a reboot, but some kind of a continuation of the story, because it's a shame that is just not touched and just sitting there. And Rob Tappert is busy with other things, and he doesn't really have the rights. He did do Ash versus the Evil Dead. If you've seen that show, it was a pretty good show. Of course, extremely disgusting, but interesting. And Lucy Lawless get to be there, and she was freaking funny. That's Xena. If you don't know, Lucy Lawless played with Bruce Campbell side by side. Once again, he is Autolycus in Xena, so he had this role in Xena and in Hercules, and of course he is Ash anyways. So it was good to see him both on screen once again. There's also some other characters from Xena, some other actors that actually played in Ash vs. Evil Dead, including Ted Raimi, who is the brother of Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi is the director of the first Spider-Man movies, as you may know. And Ted Raimi also plays there as one of the guys that worked in the Daily Bugle. And Sam Raimi is also one of the creators of Xena, so they're not random people at all. And when I saw some of the other Xena actors, which I did recognize, although there were so many years since I've seen them, it was pretty like awesome moment. So to see Xena on screen is gonna be great. I mean, Ash is super old now. I mean, Bruce Campbell compared to how he was before, but he's still playing Ash, so I don't see why Lucy Lawless can't play Xena still. But that's another topic for another day. I'm just saying, I don't mind seeing older Xena. She does look great, so they can just make her look like Xena, and that's enough for me. Just kicking ass, taking names, nobody can do it like Lucy Lawless, for goodness sake. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just, yeah, I just, watch all of those things, and because I'm interested in them. And lastly, Lucy Lawless has a criminal show. Yeah, it has like this detective show that is, I think, from Australia, but it's pretty good. She is like a retired detective, but a lot of cases that nobody else can solve are just crossing her path, and they are calling her back to solve them. And I'm pretty impressed because it's interesting. And there's one more other actress from Xena that played Effany back in the day, and turns out she looks amazing today. And she played one villainous character, and it was once again shocking and super awesome to see them both in the same room and in the same show. I haven't, finished watching the show yet, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So that is her last project, but I'm not sure where she's gonna go from here. I have to check IMDb for that because I haven't heard anything. But yeah, Kratos, God of War is also in the works. And if I see a live action God of War Kratos, I'm gonna faint. It's a dream come true for me, for sure. Oh yeah, that does it. Yeah, absolutely, Ivy. So that is it, guys. 3 streams for today. I hope that you see them if you haven't, and I hope that you enjoy this. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Sleep well, it's very late here. If you'd like to support me, links down below to OnlyFans, to Patreon, and of course, if you become a member of the channel, that's gonna be awesome. But for now, guys, sleep well, and the countdown for Cyberpunk is continuing. 2 days, but I'm gonna say 3 because of the time difference. 3 days to go for me. So sleep well. Love you guys, dear devotees. Thank you for the support here. And yeah, leave your comments down below what you think about this new change. Are movie theaters going to die now in 2021 or in 2022? Do you think that everything will change drastically? For now, it kind of looks like it, but we'll see what other companies also do, and if HBO Max is gonna lead by example or not. So, thank you guys. Thank you. Sleep well. Kiss you. Bye.